Hey fam, welcome to the Flirty 15. I'm your host, Heidi B. I'm a speaker, author, and relationship expert, and I am doing 30 days of the Flirty 15 every day on IG Live at 10 a.m. Today we are on day 7, so I've been at this for an entire week, showing up mostly consistently. Yesterday I had a day that I just could not change my schedule around to get on at 10 a.m. Anyway, it's 10 a.m. today. Here we are, and I am super excited about the topic for today. You know, I get asked this question a lot actually, which is, okay, Heidi, you're telling us about going back to dating. You have all these suggestions for us about it when we do, but like, how do we date and how and where are we meeting these men? I get that question. I got that question a lot in the pre-COVID era, and I get it a ton in the COVID era of our lives. So let me start by saying this. First of all, men are everywhere. So the actual question is, where do we meet available and appropriate men? And that, my friends, is a little bit more of a journey, because if you're willing to just settle for any man, you can find any man anywhere. But those of you who are interested in, living your best lives, having this leveled up life of personal development and really leaning into the ideals that you have for yourself, your partner, and your relationship, not just any guy will do. So the first thing that we're looking for, and again, I generally speak in the heteronormative context only because it's grounded in my experience, but I do believe that all the information, all the suggestion that I provide here would apply for you regardless of gender identity or sexual orientation. So you'll hear me refer to finding a man, but really I should be more specific with my language. What I'm talking about is finding a partner. So partners are everywhere, men are everywhere, but finding an available and an appropriate partner or man is something that is going to take a little bit more effort. So that's the first thing that I just want you to know. There are an abundance of partners, and there actually are an abundance of available and appropriate partners for us. But a lot of times we miss those partnerships because we're wasting our time with someone who's not available or not appropriate because they seem safer. So I just got to sip the tea for a minute on that one. It's not tea, it's coffee. If you know me, you know it's coffee. Gonna set it aside. I actually wrote some notes on this topic because I didn't want to skip something that I thought was important. So the first thing I'm going to suggest, as you guys know, on this platform, in this format, I like to share with you my experience and then give you some tools that you can use for your own experience. But I will tell you, my current husband and I, he's my current husband. I've been married before. I feel like that's why I throw the current in front of it. My husband and I met at a 12-step program. So that is not something that I would generally recommend. So ladies, do not go to a 12-step program in order to find yourself a partner. But I will say, the reason that I share my experience with that is because actually, beyond the fact that it was a 12-step program, when you look deeper in it, it was a group that he and I had been attending twice a week for 2 years before we started dating. So it's not exactly that I want you to go run out and find a 12-step program to meet someone in. You should not do that. You definitely should not do that. But you should find a group that does something that you enjoy, that you attend regularly, and just keep your eyes and heart open to whoever else is in that group, right? And I'm not saying that you need to join like a mountain climbing group or a mountain climbing. Well, there probably are mountain climbing groups. I'm not saying that you should like go to a rock gym and just like start talking to the first guy that you see there. Hey girl, I'm just saying that you should be active in the groups that light your heart on fire, active in activities that light you up. That's part of actually embodying an ideal around who you are and what kind of activity you enjoy. So it sounds cheesy, but I'm always going to say this. I love the idea of meeting someone in person, of establishing some kind of relationship with them in real life. And so my best tip for that is to get involved in groups, activities that you like. Because, one of the things that happens when we date, if you find your person, whether you find them in that group or on an app, is that as you date, you end up having to balance your desires, your passions, your projects with theirs. And sometimes it's really helpful when you guys have the same shared passion for rock climbing, right? So I would say the first suggestion I have for meeting somebody in real life is to get active in groups or in activities that are aligned with things that you love, because it just automatically increases the odds that you're going to meet somebody who also shares your passion for rock climbing, shopping, mountain biking, snowboarding, skiing, surfing, fill in the blank, right? Power walking. It doesn't really matter what your passion is, but I know that if you get active in it, you will expand your network of people who share that passion, and it's likely that you'll meet somebody who wants to do that passion with you. Or my next thing, it actually aligns really nicely, segues nicely into my next suggestion, which is I want to make sure that you're telling your people, your friends, your girlfriends, that you're back on the market, because they may know somebody who's perfect for you. And the same goes for when you're in a group. So when you're showing up to these group activities, when you're going to your weekly rock climbing class or whatever, just like, don't be shy about the fact that you're single, right? Because even if you don't meet a guy at rock climbing class, you may make a really good girlfriend who knows somebody who'd be perfect for you. So some of this is about being open-minded on your journey to different ways to meet people, but it's also about being kind of humble in the sense of like ego doesn't get in the way when you talk about your relationship status. So I just want everyone to know, I'm going to just give you permission right now. It is not embarrassing to say that you're looking for the love of your life or that you're single and you're back out there. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of the human experience. It's something that we all do. So your people around you, your best friends, your network, your group, people who are doing those activities with you, they need to know that you're single and ready to mingle, right? Because they may be sitting on like you're the perfect person for you, but if they don't think you're single, they're not going to come up and be like, hey, you know, like I have somebody in mind, or you think, would you be open to a setup or something like, or you want to go on a double date or something like that. So just like people need to know about the gifts that we bring to the world, especially in the entrepreneurial sense. I'm thinking of my entrepreneurs here. Just like for you entrepreneurs, people need to know about the gifts and the entrepreneurial services that we provide. People also need to know that you're ready to find your person. So that is kind of the IRL situation as I see it. So if you're looking to meet somebody in real life off the apps, I would suggest you get active in groups, get active in activities of things that you enjoy doing, and let your people know that you're looking to date again, right? That you're open to going on double dates, that you'd be happy to get set up with someone. So that's all the in real life stuff. Now, we got to talk about the apps, because the reality is like that's also how people meet people. That's a large portion of the way that people get together. So for every Tinder fail, there's also like 2 Tinder successes or something. I definitely didn't check that stat out, so don't fact check me. But I feel like my brother might get on this IG Live and he is a fact checker and he would be able to tell us. So the reality is for every Tinder fail, there's probably also a Tinder success, right? So there's no shame in being on apps. There's no shame in online dating. Like, look, I still talk to women who are like, oh, but I don't want to online date. It's embarrassing. Like, I have been online dating since 1994. That is when AOL came out. That's when I started talking to people in chat rooms. 1994, y'all. 1994, 2004, 2014. That's 30 years, right? 20 years? 1994 to 2004 is 10 years. 2004 to 2010 is 20 years. Or 2014 is 20 years. 26 years I have online dated, right? Now I don't online date anymore because I'm settled down, but like it's not a brand new like thing that anyone should be embarrassed about. People have been doing it for over 25 years. People have been dating online, whether it's like old school online chat rooms or apps. It's just how it works. Get over yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody chill when it comes to the stigma around online dating, because it's just how it works. I do, however, think that there are, oh my God, this hair. I do think that there are some things you can do to maximize your online dating experience and to make it better. So you're not constantly just in this slew of like, men are trash, this is awful, I hate this, right? So the first thing is, I think it does make sense to upgrade, to pick an app, like pick a pony and go with it, and to upgrade the experience to a paid experience. So I am not sure, but I'm like 80% sure that Bumble is the way to go, because women, you have a lot of control on Bumble as far as what kind of messages you receive, who you match with, and what kind of action you take. So you're really in the driver's seat when it comes to Bumble. And secondly, a paid experience I think is important because one, it doesn't break the bank. I'm not going to ask you to make a year-long commitment to Bumble and pay like $125 or whatever. I'm going to suggest that you just like step it up and do a month or 2 of paid Bumble. Here's why. Because when you have some skin in the game, and when other people have skin in the game, then they're taking it more seriously. So especially if you're looking to use the apps to settle down with someone, then I would say go ahead, do the paid experience, and go ahead and see if you can limit. I don't know, it's been a minute since I've been on the apps, right? Because I met my husband 6 years ago and I haven't done an app since. But if there's a way to filter who you're talking to on the apps by whether or not they're paying for the app, I would encourage you to use that filter, because I guarantee you a person who's on the app and paying for it is committed to the idea, is using the app for its intended purpose, i.e. meeting somebody that they really click with, meeting somebody that they could potentially settle down with, as opposed to using the app just to get laid, right? So if you are out there and you're headed back to the dating world and you truly do just want to date around, then go ahead, get on the app, don't pay for the upgraded version, see who you can meet, know that that you're probably both, lean into the alignment of like, I'm just dating. I'm not looking for anything serious. But if you are looking for a relationship and you're looking for something serious, then I need you to go ahead and bite the bullet, pick one app, upgrade yourself on that app. You don't need to be paid on like 5 apps, right? You don't need to be paid on Match, on Tinder, on Bumble, on Plenty of Fish, on OkCupid, right? Just pick one to upgrade to and see how that works. And remember, you can always change your mind. So if you're on Bumble or Hinge and you're like, oh God, I hate this isn't working, try a different app and try the upgrade version and see how it goes. Or if you've upgraded for a while and it's not changing the quality of interaction that you're having, step away, downgrade, go ahead and get back to playing the field. So that is my suggestion. That's my first suggestion when it comes to apps. My second suggestion when it comes to the apps is like, it's actually not so much of a suggestion. Fam, it's just a requirement. When you are on apps, you must be ruthless. There, I said it. I got real quiet. I got real still. You must be ruthless on the apps. Here's why. The app is an endless carousel of people for whom you can potentially settle. It is an endless opportunity for you to second guess what it is that you're striving for, what it is that you hold as an ideal for yourself, for your partner, for your relationship. It is a constant opportunity to undermine your deepest awareness, your deepest intuition, and to say, oh, maybe I'm asking for too much, right? So we have to remember, when you're on the apps, you must be ruthless, you must remain committed. I'm getting like so fervent about this. You got to remain committed to what your vision is for your future, what your vision is for you, your partner, your relationship. So when you're on the apps, I do not want to see you scrolling, finding a guy. Y'all have heard this before. Finding a guy, looking at him, tilting at 45 degrees, squinting your eyes, swiping to the 5th picture, and going like, well, I mean, he's got 2 dogs and he's wearing a cute flannel. That's not acceptable. We're not doing that. Not in the day and age of all of these potential opportunities for ourselves. Not in the day and age where we know what we're worth and we know our value. Not in the day and age where we have so many things pulling at our attention. Girl, we do not have time to be settling for some guy that may or may not be cute on the app because he's wearing a flannel and has 2 dogs, right? So I need you to be ruthless on the app. I need you to know what it is that you're looking for. And anyone who does not meet that criteria does not get the time of day for you on the app. Now, being ruthless around who you are selecting on the app does not mean that you have to be an a-hole when you reject someone or when you pass someone over. It just means that you do have to be clear and direct. I don't think we're a match. I'm not interested, right? You don't have the time to be trying to let somebody down gently and miscommunicating to them. It wastes your time and their time when you can't be direct and just say, I don't think we're a match. Thanks so much. I'm flattered, but I don't think we're a match. I'm flattered, but I don't think this is going to work, right? That is I need you to be clear with these suitors who are wasting your time that you're not interested in them. The reason why I need you to make this space is that, the universe can't bring us something that's going to fill our cup when we're fucking around with these guys because we haven't been clear about, our true intentions with them or for ourselves. When we've got all of our emotional bandwidth tied up in the chaos of trying to let someone down gently. Okay. So you got to be ruthless. When it comes to who you're willing to spend your time with, you do need to be kind and direct when you let them know that unfortunately it's not a match for you and you'll be spending your time with someone else. That is, oh my God, I don't even know where the Flirty 15 went today. The time went so fast. I love this topic. Thank you so much for sending me a message about it. Look, if you have something on your heart, dating, relationship, love-wise, and you need me to weigh in on it, DM it to me. I would love to talk about it. I have another 23 days of the Flirty 15. Oh my God, Date Flirty 15 at 10 a.m. PST on IG Live. I want to definitely get to all of your quandaries around love, dating, and relationships. You can DM it to me on Instagram. You can send it to me in email. Catch me here. Also, definitely make time in your day for the Relationship Ready podcast. That's streaming on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you're finding your podcast, your shows. And if you want to work together one-on-one, I've got space for that right now. So send me a DM. Let's get to work. Otherwise, I can't wait to catch you tomorrow for the Flirty 15 on Sunday. Talk soon.